Hi, I'm Bill Huey. I'm the president of the Fair Housing Coalition. The Fair Housing Coalition is a civil rights organization in LA that believes in equality under the law for housing providers and renters. The video you're going to see right now is with an interview first with George Panasas. Then you're going to see housing inspectors going through his building. The LA Housing Department has certain tactics that we believe are illegal and unconstitutional. Mr. Panasas has fought back in court against these, and what they do is they have a vendetta against him. They come to his building. Now, most of his tenants are on his side, so they have a sign on the door that says no housing inspector is allowed to enter my property, because most tenants work during the day. So what the housing department comes, and this is outrageous, they bring a locksmith, they knock on the door. If no one opens the door, the locksmith pushes some kind of key into it, opens the lock, and housing inspectors go in. Now, look at it this way. If you were suspected of doing criminal activity by your local police department or the FBI or whomever, they have to go to a judge and give the judge some kind of reasonable proof that you're involved in criminal activity, and then the judge issues a warrant. Here, the housing department contends that they go to one judge and he gives them permission to go into all 60 units in the apartment building. So how would you like it if you're at work and you come home and you find that the housing department's been in your house? We believe this is illegal and unconstitutional. We're going through the courts, and if you feel the same way, whether you're a housing provider and you believe that the housing department's violating your rights, or if you're a tenant and you just don't want anybody in your apartment without your consent, call the mayor of LA and call the members of the city council and tell them that this is not World War II and this is not Nazi Germany, and you want the housing department not to come into your apartment unless you invite them in. Because if they get away with what they're doing now, you can only imagine what they're going to try to do in a year or two down the road. This is a violation of your rights, whether you're a housing provider or a renter. Thank you. All right, George, what's today's date? August 10th, right?
Today's August 10th.
Okay, and we're here at your building at 830 North Van Ness, which is an apartment building hotel. And today the LA Housing Department is coming for an inspection, right? Now,
Yes, they do.
You've been fighting with them for what, 12 years?
14 years.
Okay, now every time they've treated you badly, you have fought back in court and you've won. And now they really hate you because you're the kind that fights back. And I guess they want to teach you a lesson. What do you make of the situation?
Well, what happened is this: what Jesus said, forgive them, for they don't know what they're doing.
Okay.
That's exactly what's happening with the housing department. It's a new department, and they don't know the dynamics, of the city, and they don't know how to run the city. For example, we have 13.5% increase, in homeless. Why?
Yeah.
The reason is because they destroy buildings like this, the old beautiful buildings.
Right.
All countries on the earth, they give these buildings low interest loans to survive, because all of a sudden the whole plumbing has to be replaced, the whole electrical system has to be replaced.
But in LA,
the roof has to be replaced. Well, and instead of doing that, they establish the stupidest, program somebody can create. Only Satan can create that.
Right.
No God. Okay, that they call you RIP. They come, they take your money.
Your rent money.
Without any money.
Right.
To fix what? And they give you a big list, fix this, fix that. Without any money. I mean, is that a 5 years old way of thinking?
Right.
Yes, it is.
And so consequently, they put you out of business. They're putting all these landlords that own old buildings out of business, right?
Well, at first, they tried to put them in jail.
Right.
They belong in jail themselves.
Right.
And they try to put the good, working, innocent people.
Right.
Okay, for example, look at this building. That's where the buses stop, the tourists.
Right.
All the action. This is
like
the heart of Hollywood.
Right.
Okay?
You're across from Paramount Pictures.
They want to destroy it. They took me to court so many times. Courts, courts. And on top of that, they tried to put me in jail several times.
Okay.
Well, the building, had some income. they took away the income from the building.
How
Well,
you-
that's why all these old buildings, okay, they get demolished, and you see new buildings coming up.
And poor people can't afford that.
New buildings coming up,
Right.
And the new buildings, they ask $2,500 to $5,000 per month
Yeah.
rent. Okay, and these here, they were able to stay from 5 to 1,000 the most. Okay, with all utilities included.
Right.
That's the difference. You know, we
Right.
need new directions
Right.
in, you know, the city. Like they give them permits to build next to the freeways.
Right.
Like 2 steps left or right to the freeway, you see all these high-rise buildings that we, the taxpayers, are going to have to pay to demolish them
Right.
later on. The law says 70 feet left
Right.
or right. Our freeways must have free space, free
Right.
length, 70 feet to the right, 70 feet to the left,
Right.
to be able to extend it, because we have no choice. We have
Right.
to extend our freeways. It's exactly the same negative way of thinking.
So you're
Okay?
saying by driving all these landlords that have low rent units out of business, more people become homeless because they can't afford a $1,500
How can
a
they
month
go?
apartment.
How can they go from $600 or $700, you know, to $5,000,
Right.
2.5 and up? How can they do that?
Right.
Well, 75% at least of these people that live here,
Yeah.
okay, the way they're trying to do it, are
Right.
going to be homeless.
Right. So it's actually the LHD's own policies and agenda. It's putting poor people on the street.
That's exactly what they're doing. We have 13.5%, you know, increase, homeless increase. They cannot do that.
No.
They destroy the city, and they're using the taxpayers' money
Right.
to destroy our city.
Right. What about when they break into apartments when tenants are not home and they bring a locksmith? They did that in one of your other buildings. What's your point of view on that?
That's what they're coming to do today.
Well, we'll get
And
them on video if they
what,
do.
Yes, what happened is this, okay? It's against the Constitution rights a citizen has, an American, okay? And they break that.
So you can't break into an apartment without a warrant.
No, they found a judge who cannot separate day of night. Okay,
Right.
my 5 attorneys said that what he does is illegal.
Okay.
Okay, that, you know, that judge belongs in jail. He
Okay.
gave them the legal rights to break in the American people's home. That's exactly what he did.
All right. Let's see what happens today.
Thank you very much.
Hey, how you doing?
Come in.
Come in? All right,
Can
thank
you
you.
come out for a second? 1 second, please.
What's that?
1 second. Yes, 1 second.
How you doing, sir?
Can you come out, please? Okay. Can you come out?
Me too? Okay. How you doing?
In the name of the Constitution of the United States, you are illegally here.
All right, sir. Let me present you with this warrant, if I can do that.
I know that.
Okay.
We don't need that.
Okay.
You know, present you with this.
All right. We'll see that. With the warrant, and do you have keys and can provide access to all the units?
Well, I can provide you access to everything else except some of the tenants that say no access. My attorneys do not allow me to do that. It's illegal, he said. It's against their constitutional rights. And you can take over and open. You
Okay.
said you brought a locksmith. Well,
Okay, but
use the locksmith to
is
open.
it-
But you can see everything else, you know, will be open for you.
well, you've been handed a warrant. Is it your intent to violate the orders of the court?
What orders of the court?
The court order the inspection warrant that you've been handed, that was signed by a judge, here's
What
right
do-
here.
What do I
This requires you to
Yes,
open
I
up the
have
orders.
this. No, sir.
It requires you to
No,
open
I
all the
don't
units,
have
sir.
the authority.
Is it your intent
I
then to
don't
violate the orders
have
of
the
the court?
authority to open people's doors. 5 attorneys said that. Why are you guys doing that? You embarrassed our city of Los Angeles. I don't want to go on national television. You know I'm an international star, an international celebrity, because the mayor said we cannot do anything against the city. We have to protect the city. No bad publicity for the city. Okay, that's the way it is. If some of the tenants, they're here, they do not allow me to get in, you know, they might allow you, but it's their home. I never came to your home to say I'm going to inspect it
Alright, sir.
and I'll break your door. It's your home.
Alrighty, sir.
Okay.
We need to follow the court order and conduct our
Yes, the
inspection.
court order just go
If you
all
could-
over.
if you could
the
please have somebody
if
with
the
keys.
people do not want, to enter, I don't have the legal rights to break their doors. Period.
There's
Okay, we're
there's
democracy
certain-
here.
There are certain
Okay.
liabilities.
Alrighty, sir. So are you gonna have somebody with
Then
keys though? At
The
the
law,
units?
the law says, okay, only under serious criminal circumstances, our police and our FBI can break the door.
Sir, we have no intent of breaking any doors. We're just trying to conduct our inspection, okay,
No.
sir?
Why?
Respectfully,
Why?
respectfully,
Why?
we're gonna go
Why?
start
Why?
the conduction.
What
Break the doors,
inspection? The
break
one
them.
that the
You
court
got an
ordered, the
order
real
here,
court order,
here.
or
This
the
is
one that was
Mr.
with somebody
Scott.
else?
Sir,
Scott
please,
Gordon.
sir,
It's
we're
the
gonna go ahead and
name
start
of
our
the-
inspection, okay?
Of the judge.
Gentlemen, we're gonna go.
Okay?
Hello, city inspector. Is anybody home?
Good morning. There's a court order to do an inspection here this morning.
Okay,
We'll give you a
would
minute.
you like a
if
copy of the, this is a warrant signed by a judge that requires us to do an inspection?
Sure, take your time.
Okay, okay, great. Well,
Hi,
how much time do you need, sir?
couple minutes.
Because they were there earlier, I thought they
I'm
were
just
there.
gonna get a better idea.
Appointments with special people? Or something?
Yeah, that's what we're gonna have to do.
The new Gestapo, the Los Angeles County Department. Yes, here is the door.
How do we do this?
This one's got a door.
We're gonna go to the next unit. You go ahead and do your thing. You let me know when the door is unlocked, okay? Try and be efficient in this manner.
They left all vacancies unlocked.
Hello? Hi, city inspector. We were hoping to enter your unit. Would that be okay if we come in and conduct an inspection for the warrant?
Court order?
Yes, sir. Here's a copy of it if you'd like to review it.
Need a search warrant. It's not a search warrant, it's an inspection warrant.
Need a search warrant.
This is the same,
By a
this
police
is,
officer for a sheriff.
we can have a police officer for you.
No, but a search warrant.
This is an inspection warrant, we're not searching through your
Yeah,
things.
we can have an officer explain it to you if you would like, and you may have a copy and review it yourself.
Denying permission to entry if a police officer wants to speak with me.
Here he is.
Sir, how are you doing today?
Okay.
This isn't a search warrant, we're just here to inspect the building. We're just looking for building violations, that's it. We're not going to go through your personal belongings, we're not going to go through your personal artifacts. We're just here to check the building and that's it. If you want to let us in, we'll go in there and inspect, when we be in and out in no time.
From your wording, I respectfully deny you entrance to this apartment.
We've got a judge that says you have to open your door and you
All
have to let us in.
righty, sir. Thank you very much for your time. You have a good day. Okay? Thank you very much. I'm going to go first, though, and just swear in
This is
first,
number
verify your
57,
statement.
where the locksmith
Attendants,
opens the
please
door.
report, bitch. Coming in.
The locksmith opened the door on 57.
Should I
And
go
then the
in?
police are in.
Okay.
And, excuse me, I'm right behind you filming. I'm right behind you filming. Okay.
Everything clear? Thank you very much. Hello, city inspectors. Oh, you guys already did that. Okay, I'm going to test the fire door right here. Oh, hi, sir. Sorry to bother you. We have here a court-ordered signed warrant requiring us to inspect all the units here in this building. Is it okay if we come in? You may keep this copy if you would like and read it. Is it okay if we come in, sir?
I don't know, is it okay?
We have a signed warrant saying that we're supposed to come in here. Would you like to review the order first?
I don't want to videotape my crap.
No, we won't videotape. We're just here to inspect the building, not your personal items. Is that okay? Is it, yes, did you say yes, sir?
Yes, you did.
Is it okay?
Is this allowed or what? Yes, it is, a court order.
You may, you talk to the police officer if you would like. Okay, thank you very much.
This is Unit 55. They just went into.
Valentino, Ginger Alges, my godmother, Sophia Lorraine, Gary Cooper, Gary Grant, everybody stayed here.
Thank you very much.
And
Good morning, sir. How are you doing today? We are serving an inspection warrant today. Is it okay if we come in?
You broke in on his sister, and when she was naked at the other property, you really shouldn't intimidate on that one.
Let me get this down.
Oh, okay, sorry, but
Well, they should, but they're not.
they get paid by us, the taxpayers.
That's all.
Excuse me, that's not normal protocol. If you're here at a site, you're supposed to help the property owner. It's not self-condoned and doing what you'd like. Let them know so that they can have, know exactly what to do. It's a habitability thing. This is not even.
The locksmith is opening the lock on number 53. Number 53.
Good morning. How are you?
Excuse yourself.
Hey, excuse us.
Whoa, that was an angry, upset tenant. Came to the door and slammed it.
Hi, ma'am. We're with the city.
We got a court order, ma'am.
We're just trying to,
I don't mean to crowd you.
we have the police here. Would you like to talk to the police? They can explain that this is a lawfully signed warrant that requires us to try and conduct an inspection.
One gentleman who needs to inspect.
Yes.
Come on, sir.
Thank you very
The
much,
rest of
ma'am.
you
I
stand
very much
outside.
appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Please,
Would you like a copy of the order, ma'am?
please.
Against the United States
That's what the
Constitution.
warrant,
But
signed
we
warrant
give you
says.
full access. You cannot change it.
If you do not provide us access, we'll have our locksmith open the door.
Well, that's what you do. That's
No,
okay.
this is what our warrant says.
But I don't-
Respectfully,
No, I
Just
don't.
to change the subject matter, today we have with us the former world champion of boxing, 49 fights, never down, Mr. David Sattel.
come to the door so we can speak to you. Okay, we're going to attempt to open the door. Thank you.
Will
Somebody
the doors
spoke
be
from
workable after
They're
you
opening
get
it, even though somebody's there.
Okay, why
But if we
don't
do
you open
have
the door
problems-
then?
Huh?
Is there anybody inside? If there's nobody inside, open the door for them.
They have a task force, a lot of people here, including 2 LAPD officers and a locksmith, a lot of people. First, when they open up the door, the LAPD goes into the officers. In case the tenant's home, they have to, I guess, deal with the situation. Then when they come out, the housing inspectors go in. That's how it's been going along through the building.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate that. All right. City inspectors, coming in.
They just came out of 48 a few minutes ago. Just about every apartment in the building has a denial of permission to enter. That was 48.
Thank you very much.
After they open the door, the LAPD goes in.
LAPD, housing
They
inspector.
go into every apartment first before the inspectors come in. That must be a real surprise for the tenant. If the tenant's sleeping on the sofa or something, see the LAPD coming in. Somebody left the inspector a note saying everything is fine. The inspector. They're knocking on Unit 47. Now the police come out, and now the inspectors go in.
Okay.
The tenant in 46 hung a do not enter sign, plus left a note for the inspector, said everything's okay, please don't come into my unit, but they went in anyway.
And this tenant has been here over 42 years. And this is truly a violation of vendetta motive or retaliatory thing because George stood up for the city rights, the rights. Let me find out. We'll have that before, and the building and safety did that. So, Nolan, Inspector Nolan.
Do a lot of good for the tumblers.
Appear to be
probably damages the tumblers, and it makes you replace the lock. There you go, the locksmith is using some kind of device to open up the lock. I'm guessing that probably damages the tumblers. Wouldn't be wise to keep that lock in after the tumblers have been manipulated. But that's what they're doing.
You got an open apartment there?
Then the police have to go in to make sure there's nobody there. Police officer going in first to make sure there's nobody at home. And then, can you imagine how thrilled the tenants are when they see police officers coming in and not knowing the cops were going to come in? It's not a good feeling.
Going in 45
This will have to be settled in the courts.
from a judge. I'm with the housing department. I have identification. There is. Most of them are not with us, ma'am. There's 2 inspectors that are going to come into your apartment if you allow it.
Ma'am, we have a signed warrant from a judge. Would you like to review it? We'd be happy to hand it to you so you could review it.
She doesn't.
Police department.